What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite EDC fixed blades. Now, what is a EDC fixed blade for me might not be exactly an EDC fixed blade for you, but I think for the majority of us, we're going to be in the same ballpark. Now, depending on your day job, if you work on a farm or something like that, then of course you can kind of carry whatever you want, a big old fixed blade. If I could, I definitely would. But I think for the majority of us, we're going to be somewhere in this ballpark. I'm going to try to hit on a bunch of different price points, a couple of different steels, and a couple of different variances when it comes to thinness, size, thickness, and all that. So let's kick it off with one that might be kind of hard to get right now, but it is one that I would seriously consider honing in on and waiting for to come back in stock. The last time I looked, they were out of stock, but the Axial Alpine, guys, if you're looking for a slimmer, thinner EDC fixed blade that is no frills but just all the function in the world, then the Axial Alpine here is going to be a phenomenal candidate. This is probably, for me, I've been on the quest for the perfect EDC fixed blade, and this is kind of the one that has taken that throne. Now, these usually are around $100, but on sale last year, I got this for right around $60, which is absolutely incredible. S35 on the steel. You have a white Cerakote, micarta handles, full tank construction, of course, which is what you want. You don't want where the blade is just sitting at the top of the handle. You have no durability in those kind of fixed blades. You want full tang, and then you want some sort of decent handle. That way you can get a nice grip, and it'll help if it gets wet or bloody or what have you. This is the icon to me for the perfect EDC fixed blade, but kind of hard to get right now and a little bit pricey. Why don't we go to one that is a little bit more affordable and is definitely available right now? The Joker Knives of Vispa here. This is coming in 14C 28N steel, which is a very, very tough steel, corrosion resistant, easy to sharpen up in the field. Now, this is a little bit of a thicker profile, but a little bit shorter in its size compared to the Alpine here. You can see that it's a little bit shorter, but it's a little bit thicker. So if you're going to be getting into a little bit denser materials, you might want something with a little bit thicker grip. Now, this might bother some people on how thick the handle really is. It's going to ultimately depend on what your intentions are for the EDC fixed blade, what you're going to be doing, on your day-to-day job. And that's part of the quest. Finding out, getting certain fixed blades and seeing what works for you. Now, this one is fantastic. It comes in between 60 and $70. There are a couple different variations. This is a smooth black and yellow micarta, and it is a nice thick slab of micarta. Full tank construction. You have some jimping on the spine that really locks you in when you're in your standard grip here. Nice drop point blade. You have a fairly thick blade stock, which means, combined with the 14C, you have a pretty durable knife here that's going to be able to take on any task that you could really expose it to. They're both going to be coming with a nice Kydex sheath. The Alpine comes with a nice slim Kydex sheath. I threw some pull-the-dot straps on there for horizontal belt carry. And then the Avispa comes with a nice minimal Kydex sheath as well. Nice and slim. You can throw pull-the-dot straps or a clip on here, what have you. Kind of pick your poison. Depends on how you want to carry it. So if that's a little bit too expensive or you don't want to jump quite that high just yet, A good candidate is going to be the Watchman WF206. Now, this is coming in 14C28N, yet again, just like the Joker here. The Jokers are made in Spain, and they are hand-fitted and hand-done in Spain. The Axial, I'm not sure if that's USA made or if that's Chinese made. They have some USA made knives and some Chinese made. I'm not sure on the fixed blades. I'm going to guess Chinese, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The Watchman is definitely Chinese made. You're getting micarta handles, full tank construction, 14C, satin finish blade. They have this sheep's foot here. They have the drop point with a nice big belly, kind of similar to this, but with this blade shape. So it's a drop point with a bigger belly. I have it, but I don't have it with me right now. That one is also in 14C. These are routinely right around $30. So that's an incredibly good price point. And you might be asking, well, how is this steel treated? I am in the process of finding that out. I have somebody picking up one of these in 14C, and they are going to be doing a couple of different tests to find out if it is good for, if it's 14C for one, and what kind of 14C are we getting. So I'll be able to report on that very soon. When I know, you guys will know. But for 30 bucks, it's kind of like, it can't really go wrong. If it needs sharpened up a lot quicker than other 14Cs, not a huge loss at 30 bucks. If it's maintaining its corrosion resistance and its toughness, you know, that's great for an everyday carry fixed blade. That's kind of what you want. Something you can easily sharpen up in the field, and then something that's going to be tough and resilient to corrosion. And 14C is definitely a good candidate for that. Let's hop into a couple of other fixed blades. So let's talk about these middle two here first. We have a couple from Essie. We have the Candiro, and then we have the Azola 2. They're both going to be powder coated 1095, both with nice micarta handles. The Candiro is obviously going to be a little bit smaller. So it's going to, you know, like I said, I was on a quest to find the perfect EDC fixed blade for me. At first, I thought it was the Azola 2. Then I was like, well, it is perfect, but then sometimes it's a little thick. So I went with the Candiro, and my God, this is a fantastic little fixed blade, guys. These are usually, let's just say they are both running around the $80 to $100 mark, give or take some. But you're going to be getting a lifetime warranty, USA made, very hard to beat SE, guys. They are kind of they're the top of the food chain when it comes to fixed blades. Of course, there's other companies up there with them, but they are at the top with a few select other fixed blade companies. And then what makes them extremely great is that lifetime warranty. They both will come with a nice little heavy-duty Kydex-like sheath with good retention. I have some homemade or custom Lancelot leather belt loops here, and I do have a code for his store down below. It gets 10% off your order. And then the Azola 2 here is also another one. Great retention, guys. Not going to be wiggling around in your pocket or in the sheath. Great little knives. Now, like I said, 80 to 100 bucks. Well, if you like this size here, but you don't want to spend quite that much money, this might not be a bad little option right here. It's very, very similar to the Candiro. This is a Brother Knives F015 coming in D2. It has a black wash blade, and then you have G10 for the handles. They are very similar. The Brother is going to be a full flat grind, where this is kind of a saber grind. And, you know, it is a very neutral knife drop point blade with just a standard handle. So it wasn't until after I got this and I kind of had them next to each other that I realized they were very similar. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. If you don't have the money just yet to get the Candiru, this is a good option. These come in around 20 to 30 bucks. I think 20. Full tank construction, D2 steel, black wash blade, nice little drop point. You can get right up behind that edge. And I have found that this little bit of blade here is plenty to get most things done that you would need to do. Now, it's not going to be a bushcraft knife for sure, guys. And then you have this little taco Kydex-like sheath. Decent retention. It's not just going to fall out of there, and it's not wiggling around. It's very minimal. This is something you could easily just dump down in your pocket if you need it. It's got a nice little ramp there to kind of kick it off, and you can get to work. Pull that guy right out of your pocket. And for 20 bucks, the D2, I have heard it is pretty much good to go. You know, there are occasions where mass-produced knives like this that come in D2, you could get a questionable one, here and there, but I think that's the case with a lot of knives, that are mass-produced. And then we have the tried and true CRKT Minimalist. This is the clip point here, and this is a Foltz design. I forget, I think these are coming in 3CR or 5CR, one of the two, but they are very inexpensive, guys. Comes with a nice little minimal sheath here, and you also get a paracord lanyard if you want to throw this around your neck or whatever. But they make a ton of different blade shapes in this: drop point, clip point, sheep's foot, hawkbill, tons of them, guys. I just went with this one because it's awesome. I don't know. I just like the clip point. I've always been a clip point fan, and you can get right up on that tip, and you can get right up behind the edge for a lot of control. And then there are 3 individual finger grooves there with a little lanyard here for that pinky. And these are very inexpensive. I want to say 20 to 30 bucks, somewhere in there. CRKT does a good job on these. These are extremely popular, full tank construction. So it's really ultimately going to depend on you, what you are looking for and what you think you need. Do you think you need maybe something a little bit bigger than everything I showed here tonight? Well, then the Aru 10 from Joker might be another good option. This is coming in, I forget what stainless this is coming in, but it comes with nice wood handles here, full tank construction. This is kind of like a bushcraft steak knife, kind of a crossover, and it comes with this beautiful leather sheath. And these are very inexpensive as well, like 50 bucks. So it just really depends on what you're looking for. There's something out there for everyone. It's just a matter of finding it. And the chances that you find it on the first try, the second try, the third try is going to not happen most likely, guys. Because you're going to think, oh, this is going to be perfect. But then you find out, well, it's just not quite big enough for what I'm trying to do or what I need, right? And then you're like, well, this is the same exact thing, just scaled up. So that'll be the perfect one. So then you go out and get this one and you're like, well, it's perfect except for it's a little thick on the handle. So, that's what happened to me, and that's where you can go crazy with this stuff. If you're looking for something thin, slim, and a little bit shorter, and something that's inexpensive, the Watchmans are going to be a decent value. They're going to be thin in the pocket. I want to say, yeah, they are very close in size to the Isola 2 here, but they just are a little bit thinner of a profile, so a little bit easier to carry. Like I said, guys, these are just some of my favorite fixed blades from $20 up to like $120, we'll call it. all kinds of different sizes, different shapes, different thicknesses, different steel choices. Ultimately, you are going to be on your quest, and like I said, you're not probably going to nail it on the first try, but if you do, that is awesome. My hope was just to give you a little bit deeper of a look into some EDCable fixed blades, show you some comparisons, and hope that you can make a decent decision, based off this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button. That really helps the video out, guys. I love you all. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and you're not subscribed. I'll throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out, and I will catch you on the next one.